of the key lessons that I've learned is that Friday. I know. Yep, that's me. Thanks so much. Good morning, guys. Today's Friday, and it's also my birthday, so I'm really excited to make it a good day. I just got to the office, but I do have a meeting with my team in about 5 minutes. Today is shaping up to be a decently busy day. We had a client readout yesterday, and so there are a few follow-ups that came out of that meeting. And so we're just making sure that today we're setting ourselves up well for next week. But anyways, I got to get to this meeting, so I'll talk to you guys in a bit. How's it going? Can I get a small matcha latte with oat milk? Oh. Just ran into one of my teammates when I was grabbing coffee, and it made me really reflect on just how important the people that you work with are. The people that you spend the most time with at work, aka your coworkers, your bosses, your teammates, they are going to have the biggest impact on your day-to-day. And we're spending, at the very least, 8 hours a day at work for 5 days a week. And so I think it's a little bit foolish if you don't consider the people that you work with when you're deciding whether or not to accept a job offer. Because arguably, the people that you work with is even more important than like the pay or the prestige. Because at the end of the day, a job may look really great on your resume, but if you hate the people that you work with or the people that you work with don't treat you well, then you're just going to be very, very unhappy for a long time. But anyways, I'm about to hop into an expert call where we're going to be speaking with one of the customers of the company that we're diligencing for this private equity firm. And so I think this conversation should be pretty interesting because we're going to try to learn a little bit more about business and dive into some of the insights that you can only get from an expert. Got ourselves some Korean food for lunch. Freaking starving right now and can't wait to get into this. So basically what I'm doing this afternoon is I am just cleaning up some of the notes from the expert call earlier and also just getting organized on a new page that we were planning to put together. Cleaning up notes and making PowerPoint slides isn't the most sexy thing, but it is like a big part of the day-to-day on the job, and so a bit of a necessary evil. So now that I'm turning 25, I've taken some time to reflect, and I've realized that I'm at this weird stage in my life where I'm now pretty far out from college. Like, it's been 2 to 3 years since I graduated, so I'm not a student, but I'm also not in my 30s, and I'm not at the stage of life that most people would consider established. So, I don't have a family, like I'm not married, don't have kids, anything like that. And I'm still figuring out what my future looks like and what I want my future to look like. And I think that for people that are in their mid-20s, this is a common struggle, because for the first half of your life, the first 18, 20 years of your life, you kind of just do what your parents want you to do or what everyone around you wants you to do. And then finally, when you graduate, you have the freedom and you start making your own money, you're working, whatever, and you start to really think about what you actually want to do. And I'm at that point now where every day I wake up and I think to myself, is this the type of job that I want to be doing? Is this the life that I want to be living? And if it's not, then what is the ideal life or the ideal job for me, and how do I go from point A to point B? And I don't have the answers yet for the ideal life and how to get there, but I do have more clarity about what sort of things that I would enjoy in the future. One of those things that I know for a fact is that I really love making content, and I want to continue doing this and just putting stuff out into the world for other people. And it's something so simple, but for a long time, I always felt that I was just a consumer, and I was consuming, and I feel like society is highly consumerist. Everything we do, everything that we see, everything we hear is basically encouraging us to buy more things, spend more money, watch more TV, watch more movies, pursue more material things. And I think over the past year, it got to a point for me where I realized, okay, I want to make a change, and I want to start being creative, and I want to start putting things out there. And so that's why I started this YouTube channel. And I didn't think that anything would come out of it, to be honest. It was kind of just a shot in the dark. I've never made any content before. I've never made a video in my life, and I don't consider myself to be that good on camera. I am very introverted, and I don't enjoy just putting my face out there in public and being the center of attention. But I wanted to try something new. I wanted to be creative, and so that's why I started this channel. And I found it to be extremely fulfilling and really enjoyable to be able to put my energy and my time into YouTube. But all this is to say, as I turn 25 today, one of the key lessons that I've learned is that you can't let your labels define you. And so whether you see yourself as, an introvert, or you see yourself as, someone who could never do that. I could never do that. I could never speak in front of 100 people. I could never be, super eloquent, or, I could never be good at math, for example. All of those are labels, and they're self-imposed limits that we put on ourselves. And as long as we reinforce these narratives in our mind, we will never break free of them. I know it sounds cheesy, but it's honestly true. I never considered myself someone who would be a quote-unquote YouTuber or a content creator. I hate being the center of attention, as I said. I was always the shy kid in class that was scared to raise their hand. But I didn't let that label define me, and so I still just took action, and I put myself out there, and I've grown to really love and enjoy this hobby and this passion of mine. The other thing is, you don't know how successful you can be until you get there. And I think for a lot of people, the limiting belief is they see someone in a position or in a job or having achieved something that they think is the pinnacle of the field or is nearly impossible for them. And the thing is that because of that, they think they're not capable of achieving that. But the truth is, nobody knows that they're capable of achieving that. The people that have achieved, the gold medal in Olympics, they don't know that they can achieve that until they do. And it sounds really simple, but what that means is basically you have to have enough self-belief in yourself to even start. If you have a goal, don't be scared by your fears of failure, because if you never take that first step, you'll never even know if you were capable of doing it. But anyways, those are just some of the thoughts that I wanted to share with you guys, and I hope some of you find that helpful.